Stephen A. Smith's First Take show gets about 460,000 viewers a day. Sean Hannity on Fox News gets about 3 million viewers a day. How can Stephen A. Smith be making the same kind of money as Sean Hannity? How? Or Jesse Waters. And I'm not saying that Jesse Waters and Sean Hannity drive ratings. Fox News, that organization, that brand is so strong that 2.75 million viewers are going to show up at that time slot no matter who's on the air. It doesn't matter. If someone with a little talent and a little edge shows up, maybe it jumps another 250, 300, a Tucker Carlson situation, maybe 500,000, whatever. But suggesting that Stephen A. Smith, that 460,000 viewers a day on ESPN's First Take, is somehow worth $20 million and is somehow driving, because if they replace Stephen A. Smith with Max Kellerman, bring him back, put Max Kellerman and Marcellus Wiley on there. Let's just say that hypothetically. Stephen A. Smith draws 460. Those guys together would probably average 390. Maybe 400. Who knows? Maybe they do a better show. Who knows? But this myth, because again, the guys that actually drove ratings and drove real numbers, like Pardon the Interruption used to do 1 million viewers, 1.5 million viewers a day in its heyday. Stephen A. Smith has never approached that, and I get they were doing a 30-minute show, and Stephen A. Smith does a 2-hour show. I get the difference. But he's not worth the 20 million, and he's not in the position he's in because he's so entertaining. He's loud and boisterous, and they've spent 15, 20 years trying to convince you and convincing you that what he has to say about sports is important. It's a marketing ploy. It's no different than convincing you, and they've done it, that Cardi B is some sort of musical talent and entertainer. She does profane nursery school rhymes, sexualized, and gets naked, and they've convinced you she's a musical talent and that this is somehow some sort of great music worthy of Grammys. That's a marketing ploy. It's not the truth. She has no skill other than getting naked. Anybody from Sexy Red to Cardi B, any of these male rappers, they're not talented. They're installed. And they're installed to promote a buffoonery that the puppet masters want from a certain demographic. Stephen A. Smith is a buffoon, and he's installed to race bait and promote a buffoonery and to platform other buffoons and to racially divide. And now they have this buffoon, Mr. Telephone Man, running for president. It tells you what they think about all of us and the future that they have planned for all of us. Only clowns get to run the clown show they're preparing for all of us. I hear you. Oh, Whitlock's jealous. Whitlock wishes he was making that 20 million. They've made it crystal clear to me for 25 years. Whitlock, here's the paycheck if you would just hop on this buffoon train. I've told the story from years ago. I think it was Vince Doria, years ago, was a big shot at ESPN, not running, but one of the higher ups at ESPN. I'm visiting the ESPN campus 2005-ish. Stuart Scott is elevating as a superstar broadcaster at ESPN, whatever year this is. Maybe it's 2003, 2000. But Vince Doria told me in mentioned Stuart Scott, said, hey man, it's a great time to be authentically black. And he was referencing Stuart Scott. And I told him then, hey man, that's not what I do. I'm a journalist. I'm trying to give a smart take on sports. I'm not trying to do a hip hop impersonation and clown show. And I've never swayed from that. Not because I'm some great human being, because I'm not. It's just never been me. Now, I can crack jokes and be self-deprecating and be fun. I can do all of that. But at the end of the day, do I want people to think that I just yell and scream and play the race card and am some sort of angry, bitter clown? And that I'm just going to sit on air and let other angry, bitter clowns say whatever they want? Never been me. And it's put me at odds with a lot of people. And some of you will sit there and think, yeah, Whitlock, he just fights beefs with other black people in the media. You don't at all know my resume. My mentality and approach put me at odds with Mike Lubica and the people that ran the Sports Reporters. They booted me off that show because I wouldn't play along with their Barry Bonds is the devil and he's the worst person in sports and he's the only one. That got me objecting to that. You can go check my last appearance on the Sports Reporters and them disappearing me from the Sports Reporters because and this is in, I can't remember what year. Someone had to do the homework. Can't remember when that was, but I got disappeared from the Sports Reporters because Lupica wanted to be the smartest guy and wanted me to promote his narrative on Barry Bonds and how evil and terrible he was. And, he's the only guy taking steroids. I'm like, Mike, are you looking? There's so much money involved. All these guys are doing it. Got me memory hole from the Sports Reporters. This is just me. So anyway, Mr. Telephone Man, great job. Glad you got exposed. I think that's all I want to say today.